Welcome to the channel and welcome to 8th edition Warhammer 40k. It's 2000 points of White Scars versus Adeptus Mechanicus. In this battle report we're going to descend down onto this floodplain where my Adeptus Mechanicus army, known as the Penitent Forge, are on battle maneuvers. For those keeping up with the narrative, you know that the Penitent Forge normally use the Mars dogma because we are affiliated with Mars. We are from a Martian forge world, but in this battle report, we're going to be trying a different protocol, the Shroud protocol of Stygies. So why am I doing this? Well, a number of subscribers, a number of people says, hey, why don't you try one of the new dogmas? So I'm thinking, yes, let's do that. And the Stygies dogma is the one that if your opponent shoots at anything in your army from more than 12 inches away, they got -1 to hit. And that sounds like the best one in the book to me, so I'm picking that one. So anything shooting at the Penitent Forge from more than 12 inches away, -1 to hit, practicing out these protocols, practicing out the Shroud protocol on this floodplain. The hills up here spilling down to this swampy wasteland. Right, talking about swamps, there are no rules in the main 40k rulebook for swamps and marshes. So what we're going to do is any infantry unit that's entirely within one of these terrain pieces will get +1 cover like they're in trees. And should you charge through a swamp, it'll be -2 to your charge range. And that will affect infantry units only. Any other unit has to be wholly within it and 50% obscured to benefit from that. So essentially they're going to work like trees from the main 40k rulebook. I'm going up against White Scars today, and the White Scars are bringing a lot of bikes with them because every White Scars list needs a lot of bikes. So these hills and crags have their own rules as well. Obviously, anyone can get up that way, up a hill, and wheelie off the top if they want to, but the bikes or vehicles will not be able to get up this way. That's a sheer rock side. Vehicles could clamber up on their spider legs or on their tracks, could come up this way and fall off the edge, but you won't be able to go up that way. That makes perfect sense to both of us. Perfect sense for both of us. Some large line of sight blocking terrain in the middle of the table, and it looks like these swampy terrain pieces are very critical in this battle report. 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives in each of these swampy parts, and one there and one down here, way out in the open, way away from any line of sight blocking terrain. I thought myself or Martin, who's my opponent today, might place one down here and hide away where the terrain blocks it off quite nicely, but no, we decided to be bold and put them out there. So it could turn into a bit of a shooting gallery. The Penitent Forge have got some big Dakar, but not a lot of it. Much of my army, as you'll see in a minute, is quite short range. The White Scars are deploying on that side, 2,000 points of White Scars. I'm deploying on this side. Typical Dawn of War deployment, nice, very standard. We don't know who's going first yet. We're going to have to roll off using the chapter approved rules. So that's the game, 2,000 points worth of cleanse and capture. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. Cleanse and capture is the game where you get 3 tactical objective cards a turn every turn. Admech tend to be quite slow, so getting all the way across to the other side of the table and scoring some of those objectives might be tough for me, whereas the White Scars tend to be very, very quick. And as I mentioned, today my opponent is Martin.
Hey guys, you right?
Martin from wargamesuk.co.uk. Martin is my sponsor. He also sponsors lots and lots of other YouTube channels and runs his own gaming store. He is living the dream. He is a tournament player and gamer who's finally managed to open up his own gaming store and sponsors a lot of YouTubers because trying to give something back to the community. You also, as well as 40k, there's the Age of Sigmar, there's Magic the Gathering, there's everything.
All your hobby needs.
Do you sell My Little Ponies?
We can.
If someone...
I almost just bought the My Little Pony role-playing guide for my daughter.
Really?
We don't actually sell it, but we can. If you want it, you ask and I'll see.
They heard it here first. If you want My Little Pony, you can get it. D&D?
Yes.
D&D. Do you do that War Machine game?
War Machine, X-Wing, Malifaux, Batman,
Everything.
Warlord games, all their bolt actions a lot.
And if you buy from wargamesuk.co.uk, I think it's 15 or 20% off the Games Workshop prices, typical prices.
15%, yeah.
15%.
Every now and again we go big.
Oh yeah, like you did for the 8th edition launch, you went really big. So if you want cheaper war game supplies, go and visit Martin from wargamesuk.co.uk. And another thing, while I've got you here, I was privileged enough in the house to see you put out your order to Games Workshop today. You went through your list and tried to put it in. So last time you were here, we talked about how successful 8th edition was, and you said very successful. And it's so successful, it seems that Games Workshop are running out of stuff.
Yeah, constantly. And in one hand, you say credit to them. You try and order products, and you say you just witnessed nearly 50% of what I was trying to order.
They don't have, and they make it.
Stuff, but it's manufactured on site, so it's irritating. But
yeah.
At the same time, just shows how popular the game is. The resurgence in 8th edition is massive.
Absolutely massive. So massive, in fact, that there's some stuff that I want to get from Games Workshop that I can't get because it's not on their website. And you're a small business owner trying to order stuff to keep the people happy, and they can't even supply to you too. So Games Workshop selling so much stuff they can't even support their own games at the moment. Is that a good thing? Well, no, it's not a good thing, but it's good, I suppose, in the sense that the demand is there, and I'm sure that by the time they get up and running fully, I'm just dreaming out loud here, but I'm hoping they'll get their act together and manage to supply everyone all the time with all their hobby needs, because we want these wonderful toys. Anyway, I think I've said everything I need to say. So I like this battlefield, by the way. I'm particularly proud of this one. I like this one. Battle mat comes from gamemat.eu. There'll be links in the video description below. They're very good. If you're wondering where this swampy terrain comes from, these pieces, also these rock formations here, that comes from a very small company called Red Dragon Gaming, and this is pre-painted stuff, pre-assembled, pre-painted stuff. Red Dragon Gaming. They also do bunkers and other things. Very good. I highly recommend them. I'll put links to them as well. The other stuff I made myself. Anyway, let's go and have a look at these armies. Okay, this is 2,000 points worth of Adeptus Mechanicus. It's a battalion detachment with a super heavy auxiliary detachment, so that gives me 6 command points. Here is my Stig's Warlord. He's a necromechanic, so whenever I heal something, because these guys can heal the vehicles, whenever I heal something, I add 1 to that dice roll, and I've given him the Auto Caduceus of Ark and Land, which is really easy to say. Basically, when I do the D3 for healing stuff, I can re-roll it. So he's got a re-rollable 3-up +1 whenever he heals one of these vehicles. And if he heals the knight, because he can, normally he would only heal 1, but that would be 2 hull points back on the knight. And the second HQ is just a Tech Priest Engineer. So Tech Priest Engineer, and you'll notice lots and lots of Skitarii, because what I wanted to do today for a change is bring a Skitarii only list, with the exception of the knight. So that's what I've done. So a unit of 10 rangers and lots and lots and lots of vanguard. There's a special weapon in every single one. This squad of 10 has got 2 arc rifles, and this squad here has got 3 plasma calibers, because during deployment you can pick a unit with a Styges dogma and infiltrate them 9 inches away from an enemy. Now typically, using that stratagem, you can only use 1 stratagem per battle round every round during match play, unless it's before the first game turn. So you could spend a point for that, and a point for that, and a point for that, and infiltrate 3 things close to my opponent's army within the first game turn, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because I've only got 6. And they're not electro priests or anything like that. If they were electro priests or Castellan robots, maybe that would be a very good idea. But dropping some Skitarii in, very close to some White Scars, probably not great, unless it's this squad here with the 3 plasma calibers. That could be... See, I can choose to do it during deployment. I don't have to do it now. Keeping that idea in my pocket seems good. And also, Admech don't have the mobility of other armies. No transports. Don't get me started. I don't want to talk about transports. But they have very few abilities to deep strike in. Infiltrators can deep strike in at the end of any particular game turn. They can end up 9 inches away from an enemy unit. And ideally, I really need 3 units of infiltrators. These guys have got taser goes and they're flechette blasters. They're very good for the points. Some Ruststalkers with the ability to put out mortal wounds. 2 on the Dune Crawlers, both with Cognis Extra Stubber and the neutron lasers because they're just so good. 3 separate units of Dragoons. Now it's -1 to hit Dragoons, so Space Marines will be hitting them on 4s, but with the Stiggy's Doctrine, they'll be hitting on 5s if I'm more than 12 inches away. So these could actually stay alive for a period of time, and I've got 3 of them, and with those taser goads there, they can be quite brutal. They only have 3 attacks, but if you roll 6s to hit when you charge, every 6 to hit becomes 3 more attacks with that taser rule. They can be very good. And talking about very good, the Baron is back. Avenger Gatling Cannon, a rapid fire battle cannon, 2 stubbers, heavy flamer, and the Sky Spear, Storm Spear missile pod. He's big, he's a beast. He's going to take a lot of firepower, let's not kid ourselves. But I like this, plenty of bodies. I've got options in mobility because of the Stiggy's Infiltrate stratagem. It should be frustrating for the White Scars because there's just a lot of metal and blood to get through. Let's go and have a look at the White Scars. Right, this is 2,000 points worth of White Scars. It's an Outrider and Spearhead detachment, which only gives 5 command points. Martin, do you want to talk us through what you brought today? Who's the Warlord?
The Warlord is Kasaru Khan, still on bike.
On his bike. He's not in the Space Marine Codex. To take him, you have to use the index entry, which is perfectly legal.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, so I'm told. So that's what he's doing, because why would he not be on a bike?
Yep.
Other HQ option is a level 2 Librarian.
Yep.
Also on bike. And this guy also has the relic of the Shield Eternal.
Okay, so 3 up in one of
us. Save, yeah.
Nice.
So that's in the HQs. We've got 2 units of Sniper Scouts with camo cloaks.
Yep.
For all that cover shenanigans.
Yep, so +2 if they're in it, if they're wholly within a terrain piece. Putting
they can infiltrate into any of those swamps.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's 6 fast attack units, which is 1 unit of attack bikes with multi-melters.
Or with multi-melters. These are heavy guns, you see. If they move, they hit on 4s. So I'm not a big fan, however, they're multi-melters.
They are, and they're also assaults as well, so they can...
oh, right, I didn't know that.
They can
go the extra distance and still fire, yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, those ones aren't assault, it's the melted guns are assault.
Melt guns are assault, right.
So 2 units of 5 bikes with melters.
2 melters in each.
Yeah.
Nice, melter everywhere.
And then there's 1 unit of 6 scout bikes.
Okay.
With cluster mines.
Cluster mines, yep.
Then 2 more fast attacks, which is 2 jump pack assault squads.
Yep.
All with chainswords and power swords.
Yep.
As it is WYSIWYG.
Yep.
And then into the heavy sport option, which is the Spearhead.
Yeah.
3 triple large predators for the punchy power, each with a stone bolter.
Yeah.
And then a captain on bike with a power lance. To get that all important reroll 1s to hit.
Okay. So 12 las cannons there, lots of melters spread around all over the place, and lots of bikes. So bikes in White Scars detachment, they go the full. So bikes go 14, right?
Yeah.
And then in White Scars, they go the full distance?
Yeah, they just automatically advance 6.
They automatically advance 6, so a movement of 20 on those things. And Ultramarines can fall back and shoot, but not charge. That's their chapter tactic. White Scars can fall back and not shoot, but charge. So you can fall back out of combat and charge into another combat.
Yeah, there's a stratagem which allows me, it's 2 command points, but it allows me to spend it on a unit of bikes and allows them to advance, shoot, and charge.
Yeah, that's very, very good. I have to say, being a Space Marine player that has lots and lots of bikes myself, I'm not liking bikes in 8th edition.
No, not particularly. I think it will be a good game against this.
Yeah.
In a competitive tournament list, you're just not taking a lot of bikes.
They are toughness 5.
Maybe Ultramarine bikes, possibly.
Yeah, maybe Ultramarine bikes to fall back and still shoot. They are toughness 5 with 2 wounds.
They are.
However, not having that jinx save,
yeah.
As soon as you start burning through with high AP weaponry.
So much weaponry deals 2 damage now as well, at the 2 wounds. Same with Primaris Marines, they die quite easily because they're still only 2 wounds.
Yes, a lot of 2 wounding weapons. Everything on the Knight, for example, I think is 2 damage except for the Storm Spear. But everything else you should be relatively okay with. But yeah, bikes need a little bit more, I think, in 8th edition. However, I have a very, very soft spot for the White Scars, for the Great Khan. The narrative from the Horus Heresy books is absolutely stunning. And thank you for bringing such a lovely army along with you. A couple more things I wanted to mention. Khan allows White Scars to reroll hit rolls of 1 within 6 inches of him because he's a captain, as does that captain there. He also allows White Scars to add 1 to the strength in the turn that they charge within 6 inches of him, which is nice. Because he's on a bike though, we can't take his warlord trait from the Space Marine Codex because his entry is not in that codex. We have to take his entry from the index. So he's just got a 6-up feel no pain, which is not so great because in the Space Marine Codex with Iron Resolve, he'd have +1 wound and a 6-up feel no pain. Martin's just found out you can't take cluster mines on scouts anymore, which is interesting. And also scout bikers don't get to infiltrate anymore, but they can combat squad into 2 units of 3. So just a couple of bits of errata for you there. And here we are after deployment. Martin managed to get all the White Scars down on the table way before me, so when we do the roll-off, he will get +1 to the roll-off. Lots and lots of predators there with the captain, giving them reroll 1s to hit. That is 4, 8, 12, I can math. Lots of las cannons, 12 las cannons, and my knight is on this side of the battle grid. With some troops around him close to this objective here. There's an objective in that lot as well as that objective. And then bikes spread all the way across the line. And these scouts, obviously not standing tall and proud like that, they are lying down with their camo cloaks over them, just the barrels of their guns sticking out. None of my vehicles will be able to get up there, but my infantry might be able to climb up there at some point and batter them. Otherwise, they're going to be getting a 2-up save throughout the entire game. And I've spread across the line as well. My warlord is here, very close to these scouts with their sniper rifles. That can target him, even though he's a character. With these 2 around them. I'm holding onto an objective here, an objective there. You've got 2 objectives, 1 there, 1 there. Very interesting stuff. I've got lots of bodies spread out all over the place. Your 2 assault troops are in high orbit. They will be dropping down onto the battle grid. And I've got a unit of infiltrators and a unit of Stiggy's Vanguard in reserve, which I need to deploy now actually. Interestingly, scouts, when you set up this unit during deployment, concealed positions get set up during deployment, as we can see there. But the Stiggy's clandestine infiltration, use this strategy during deployment. You can set up a unit from your army in ambush instead of placing it on the battlefield in the beginning of the first battle round, before the first turn begins. So we're going to roll off to see who goes first. Then I'm going to deploy them, because if I'm going second, I don't necessarily want them right up in the White Scars grill where they're going to get wiped out, because that's when the first battle round will begin. So with that in mind, let's roll some dice. This is the chapter approved rules, otherwise Martin will be going first automatically. You get a roll of dice, add 1 to the die roll, and you can't use a command point on this. So I've got 1. You're auto going first.
So 6. Interestingly, for the camera,
is that a 6, a White Scar?
It is a 6, yeah.
I like it.
Interestingly, while the guys are watching as well, something that comes up in contention and nobody can make a decision on is re-rolls are before modifiers. So I get +1 to my roll. If I'd have rolled a 1 then, would it be re-rolled?
I don't know.
Before I'd have modified that result?
I don't know. They haven't clarified that chapter approved yet, because it's not out yet. No, it's just something
that's one of those rules.
Yeah, it's on the community website. That's an interesting rules debate right there. Do you then have to re-roll that?
No, it does not.
Because that is a 1. Yeah, interestingly. So you're going first. So now, before the first battle round, I need to put a unit down and hopefully not get blown off the table by you. So I've got 10 guys. I haven't put them down yet, but interestingly, if I put them anywhere here, bikes move 14, and that's a potential first turn charge, using them to screen some of my stuff, perhaps not the best idea. I'd like to put them there, but that's 9 inches away from your scouts, which has pushed me all the way back. So I could put them round here, but then what are they going to do for the rest of the game? So they're not going to do anything there. They're either screening here and they're sat in the open, or they're screening here and there's potential charge ranges. There's just lots, or I could just, even though I've burnt the command point already, just leave them at the back somewhere. Seems like an awful waste of a command point. I need.
Made me think about my deployment though.
Made you think about what was that?
Well, you made by burning that command point. I know you said
This
it
command
might have
point.
been useless, but by
Yeah.
burning it made me think about my deployment. So
Right.
I've put a unit of scout bikes right over to this side,
Okay.
so that there is no way
Ah,
it's 9
okay.
inches that you can deploy in my half. So I'm forcing you to deploy back in your half
So
by doing it.
wasn't a useless command point. It did make your sticks and bikes.
Now, if
okay.
anything, my scout bikes are a bit pointless out here now.
Okay. Thanks for making me try and feel better, but yeah. So in the end, I put my Vanguard here because then I'm definitely on an objective. So if Martin's got the card that tells him to take objective number 6, then he can't get to it in turn 1. And I figure there's going to be a lot of stuff coming this way anyway. So why not put another unit down here with some gun? The White Scars are ordered to take ground, secure objective 1, which is in the open, defend 6, which I control, and Emperor's Retribution, steal an objective from the Admech. This is the end of the movement phase for the White Scars. The Assault Marines are still hurtling down from deep orbit. This unit of bikers are in 12-inch range of the Knight because it's 14-inch move of bikers. And this unit here advanced Maltazar assault weaponry, so they can fire them as well. Everything else, these bikes moving up. There's the Librarian who was over there zipping round. He is in smite range of this squad here. Everything else pretty much staying still. Scouts there. So an aggressive push from the Sons of the Khan. Let's go on to the shooting phase. And I meant psychic phase. The bike smiting the Vanguard down here. The Librarian, sorry, that's a pass. Yep, he passes. D3 mortal wounds.
Cocked.
Is 1 mortal wound. One of them buys it. Should mention as well that this is objective 6, which you're not going to be defending anytime too soon. But there's objective 1, so there will be a guaranteed point for the White Scars, unless you charge, of course. 5 sniper scouts, picking on this character here, which they can do because they're snipers. Hitting on 4s, however, because I've stickies. Because I'm more than 12 inches away, yeah. That made you pause. 2 hits. And strength 4, toughness 4, but 6s become mortal wounds in addition because it's sniper weaponry. No wounds done. Same again with this one.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. Hitting on 4s. And yeah.
Command point.
Command point. That's 2 hits. See, that's Stiggy's dogma coming into effect. Huge. There. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. 2 mortal wounds in addition. So I need my 2-up saves and a fair one anyway. So he takes 3 wounds straight off the bat. He's got 5 to start with. These scout bikers, 6 shots into this squad of Vanguard here, hitting on 4s because I'm more than 12 inches away. I like that rule already. It's come into effect again there, look. 2 hits, strength 4, toughness 3. 3s to wound, 2 wounds, and I just remembered my canticles, which I should have done. So let's roll for canticles on the side now at the start of the beginning of the battle round. 4 is Shroud Psalm, because you can choose any time or just roll. So I've got Shroud Psalm, but next turn I could just choose. So acts as though I'm in cover. So their 4-up becomes a 3-up. And 2 die anyway. And from there, over to here to the obvious one. So 1 try Laz Predator at the Knight. He's been selected as a target in the shooting phase. So I'm going to spend a command point to rotate my Iron Shields, getting his 5-up and bun to a 4-up and bun. It's only 1 point. I like it. Only 1 point.
The Storm Bolters will shoot the Vanguard, by the way.
Will they?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot
so,
Laz. 3s to hit because he doesn't have the dogma. He's a household. Yeah, so it's 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s because you captain, no 1s there. 3 hits. Strength 9, toughness 8, 3s to wound. And 2 wounds. I've rotated rotated my Iron Shield, so my 5-up and bun becomes a 4-up and bun for the Omnissiah. Boom, boom. Save them both. And the Stormbolter did nothing to these Vanguard. Rinse and repeat with the second try, Laz Predator. All 4 Laz Cannon smash. And all 4 wound. Will the Iron Shield hold this amount of firepower back? No.
Ooh, really not.
1 goes straight through the 3 goes straight through the shield. This is 3d6 damage. You've already spent a command point in the shooting phase.
12.
That's 12. He has 24. You crippled him by half straight away. Just 12 left. And 2 Vanguard died to the Stormbolter as well. Now the last one firing, the Stormbolt was out of range of the Vanguard, but the last cannon's 48-inch range, are definitely in range of the Knights. 3s to hit, all 4 hit again. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. These iron shields need to hold firm. 4 up.
Ooh,
1 gets through. You're not killing the Knight yet.
I am taking 6.
6 damage. Then over here we have 24 bolt gun shots in rapid fire range at these Vanguard and 2 melters at the Knight who has 6 wounds left. What are you doing first?
2 melters.
Yeah, I can see the
hitting
smile.
on 4s.
I can see the smile on your face.
No, these didn't advance. Hitting
They
on 3s,
didn't advance.
rerolling 1s.
Yeah, there's Captain right behind them.
Oh, 1 miss, can't roll there.
Nope, I say Captain, that's Khan himself, right?
Mm.
Okay, 1 hit. Strength 8, toughness 8.
2 big highs.
Oh, no,
it's only at half range, that,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, that's at half range.
Yeah,
That's a wound. I need a 4 up. I need a 4 up.
I need a
fails.
6.
Yeah, and a 6 the Knight dies. And you get a 4. He's on 2 wounds left. I'll find a 2 in a second.
You have a thing that I can make him shoot at his normal profile?
I do have a command point that I can spend in my turn if he survives. But he's got 2 wounds left. And now there's 25 bolt gun shots coming in at these. This is going to sting. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s, 3s to wound. Only did 10 wounds in the end. 4 up save becomes a 3 up with Shroud Psalm. And 1 dies. Just 1. And then the Khan himself fired his bolter, twin bolter, up at the Knight, hoping to take the last 2 wounds off. Didn't happen.
For the Khan.
For the Khan. But over here, this squad advanced. Now, because they advanced, they can't fire their rapid fire weapons, but they can fire these 2 melt guns. They will be hitting on 4s, and they are within 6-inch range of that Dragoon there. Dragoon, I want to say Onager. And you missed 2 3s. 2 3s. The melter fire coming out, not doing anything, and they won't be able to charge. What, all 3 of them? All 3 attack bikes into the Onager?
Yeah, 3s to hit.
And now you're going to fire the bolters down here?
Yeah.
Because you're looking for first blood, right?
Definitely.
Definitely, okay.
3 melters.
But they're hit on 4s, because you moved, and they're heavy ones.
Oh, sorry, of course.
And you're more than 12 inches away from him with that one there. So that one's hitting on a 5, those 2. That one's hitting on 4, those 2 are hitting on 5s.
What?
Yep. Which hits? The 4 hits and then the 5s. 2 hits in the end. Right. One of them, roll one of them separately because he's the 12-inch range guy. And he will be wounding on a 3 and 2d6 inches if you damage.
Oh, sorry, on a 3 for 2d6.
Yeah.
So he's wounded anyway.
So yeah, both of them damage. One of them does 2d6, pick the highest. One of them does d6.
Okay, so 2d6 damage.
Yeah, that's this one because he's in 12.
6.
So that's the 6. And the other one,
just
just 1. Right, I need to save it. I get a 5 up invulnerable save from this one, which did the 6 damage. And I re-roll 1s with my Amantis force field if I'm within range of another Onager. Please, please. No. 6 damage gone and a 5 up for the 1 damage. Re-rolling it.
Ooh,
No, so he takes 7 wounds from 11 all the way down to 4. That's the end of turn 1 minus the morale phase. Not overwhelming because you didn't get first blood, but from 24 wounds down to 2 wounds, I bet the White Scars are pleased with that. That did sting. Deciding not to do any charges here for now. Scoring objective 1, that's 1 point. Now I lost 1 in that squad, doesn't need to take a morale. 1 in that squad, don't need to take a morale. 2 in this squad, don't roll a 6. And the SM Battle Report logo is a 6. 1 more flees. So that's the end of turn 1. 1 point for the White Scars. I'm going to need to do some healing and see what the orders are for the Admech across the Noosphere. Here are the orders for the Admech. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. A quest for lost knowledge. Basically get D3 victory points if I get an objective that the White Scars previously controlled. And destroy and acquire. I need to kill a vehicle and not blow it up. And I'm going to spend a command point for Machine Spirit Resurgent, which means my Imperial Knight acts as though it's on the full wounds, so it's not going to be hitting on 5s, shooting on 5s, that sort of thing. It'll act as though it's fully healed, even though it only has 2 wounds left. Here we are after the movement phase with the Admech and the Penitent Forge. Push forward with as much aggression as the White Scars. The Vanguard on this side, stepping around the side of the Imperial Knight, and the Knight striding forward, its machine spirit resurgent, even though it's only got 2 wounds left. It may be steaming, it may be smoking, but it means to kill. And the Dragoon, hopefully, will eat up the Overwatch, which means when the Knight gets in there, whatever's left alive will get stomped to death by its titanic feet, because I need to kill something with blood and guts in the assault phase, and I might actually be able to get through to the Khan as well. So with that in mind, there was a unit of Rust Stalkers on objective 4, and they've sprung forward to try and take out this squad of bikes as well, backed up by the 4 remaining Vanguard, this squad coming around this way, and I've positioned them so my Tech Priest Dominus is within 6-inch range of these squads, so I get to re-roll ones in the shooting phase, because that's what he does. Another squad up and over as well. Basically, the White Scars came forward with a push. I am pushing back again. If I get rid of this squad of bikes and this squad of bikes, then there's going to be a significant chunk missing from the White Scars army. I am aware that there's 2 units of Assault Marines still in reserve, but my infiltrators are still in reserve. Martin's keeping something in his pocket. I'm keeping something still in my pocket. The Dragoon over here versus Scouts. This is going to be an interesting one. That's a lot of mobility there that I need to shut down. But this is a lot of mobility here that I have as well. Not a lot, but as mobile as it gets for the Adeptus Mechanicus. At the end of the movement phase, I need to heal stuff. So he heals this, and he can do D3 a turn, +1, because he's of his Warlord trait, and he gets a reroll. So this will be D3, and I'm obviously going to reroll that 1. So it's 1, 2. So he only puts 2 back on him, putting him up to 6, which interestingly enough is its a full thingy bob. It means it's firing at normal ballistic skill. He did have 2 wounds left, and he gets D3 on himself. 3. So he's back up to 5 wounds. The sniper rounds from the Scouts coming down, and his wounds just closing over his Mechadendrite hive, patching up his bloody, steaming body. I like it. Starting over here, there's 2 arc rifles in that squad, everything firing at this unit of bikes in front of the Knight. It's the only thing they can shoot at. Here's the arc rifles hitting on 3s, and their strength 6 and your toughness 5, so wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, and it's -1 AP, so 3 4-ups, and 1 takes a wound. This is the squad with the arc pistol as well, which hits, and wounds on a 3 as well. That's wound, and it's -1 again. And you save it, and then I've got 7 × 3 radium carbine shots coming in. Radium carbines, assault 3 weapons at 18-inch range. Lots and lots of shots, but they're only strength 3. 1 dead in the squad, only 18 shots, not 21. Hitting on 3s. Assault 3 weaponry. That's pretty good shots. Only 3 misses there. 15 hits. Strength 3 versus toughness 5, however. So I need 5s to wound, but any 6s count as 2 damage. So there is a bunch of 2 damage. However, because I know one of your bikers is already wounded, I'd like to apply them first, please.
Okay.
So 5 3-up saves. There's no AP on this.
So I have to do these one by one.
Just 5 3-up saves.
Alright.
Yep.
Makes them all.
Makes them all. And then 3 3-up saves, because there's 3 6s there, and any of these cost 2 damage. And only 1. Oh no, that's fine, it's cocked. So didn't do any damage at all. You're fine. Everything's fine. Didn't do anything. Right, so that was very disappointing. 10 rangers here. 8 of them can see them, and they're 30-inch rapid fire guns. So that's 16 shots going that way. The 2 that can't, which are these 2 that I stupidly placed here, are going to fire over there through this gap all the way down. They can just see him. So 2 coming at him, which isn't rapid fire. 16 at them. They hit on 3s. So, because I'm within 15-inch range. And they're strength 4 versus toughness 5. So I need 5s to wound. And I get 1 wound. And that's a save. This is not going well. The 2 going over there. 3s to hit. And 5s to wound. Alright, the 6 is a -1. So your 4-up becomes a 3-up. 3-up becomes a 4-up. That's what I'm... Yeah.
Makes it.
And you save that as well. 2 full squads of infantry have unloaded into you and done nothing. Right, need to kill them. This squad are within 6-inch range of my Tech Priest Dominus, so I can reroll hit rolls of 1. There's 3 plasma in there. These are the guys that infiltrated in. I'm going to overcharge.
Roll once twice.
Not roll once twice. No, I'm not going to do that. And shoot those bikers. 3 plasma calibers in that squad. Assault 2 weaponry. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s, which will overcharge them. Because I'm overcharged, any 1s will kill me. First one misses. Second one, there's double 1s.
One's dead.
Both miss. So I've got to re-roll these, re-rolling 1s. If I get another 1, I kill 1. 2 hits. And then the last one, re-rolling 1s. Okay, so 3 hits with total. I can live with that because none of them died. This is strength 8 versus toughness 5, so I'm still winning on 3s, but it does 2 damage each, and bikes have 2 wounds. That's the kicker. And that's 2 wounds in total at -3, so your 3-up becomes a 6-up. And you fail. 2 of the bikes get melted by plasma death. And then there's 5 radium carbines firing through the burning foliage, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s, and I get no 1s. That was a 2, so that's gone. So that many hits, and strength 3, toughness 5. I'm looking for 5s. 1, 2, 3. No 6s there, which is unfortunate because again 6s do 2 wounds for radium carbines. So 3 3-up saves and 1 more wound. This is not going well. This squad, finally this squad are firing at them. We are in range of the Dominus, re-rolling 1s, so let's do that arc rifle. I like arc rifles. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s, and it's strength 6, so wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at -1, so 2 4-ups.
Double 6.
Where'd you get these dice from?
Same place I got yours from.
Yeah, I should mention, Winter's SEO dice coming to the channel very soon. Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah, it's alright.
3s to hit with radium carbines. Actually, by the time they watch this video, the dice might already be on the thing, because I've got to edit it. And all those sorts of things. 5s to wound. Right, there's a 2 damage one, and 2 normal damage. Let's apply the normal damage first, because 1's on a wound. And 1 dies. And then 1 3-up save will kill a dude if you fail a 3-up. And lives. Now this applying damage first, that's a 7th edition hangover, because in 7th edition I got to choose which attack I applied first, right?
Yep.
But in 8th edition it doesn't mention anything at all.
Nope.
Nope, so potentially you could be choosing these. I don't know if we're doing this right.
I could, but the gentlemanly thing to do is you're shooting, you should apply the damage.
Thank you very much. That's what we're doing. But I have got comments every now and then from people saying, well, you own the model, it's your army, therefore you should roll the thing. But until GW fack it, that's what we're doing on the channel anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a couple more guys here that can draw line of sight down. Let's fire them. And there is 1 plasma there. Do I overcharge him? Do I overcharge him? I'm going to overcharge him. I've been so unlucky rolling so many 1s. This is definitely not going to roll any 1s. See, I did roll a 1. Wounds on a 3. And that's a wound at -3, does 2 damage. And you roll another 6. Okay, right. Grumble, grumble. 3s to hit with the radium carbines that can see you. That was 4 hits. 5s to... Ooh! Okay, so it doesn't really matter the order. Let's do the 2 damage one first. 1 that does 2 damage and kills 1, and then 2 3-ups.
Dead. First blood.
Oh, that is first blood, but I wanted to charge.
Yeah, then I open in the open for that.
Okay, well there the Ruststalkers will probably have to charge them. What else have I got over here? I've got this squad. This squad, we're going to fire up at those scouts. So this squad will fire through at the attack bikes. Okay, next squad of Vanguard. Not in rapid fire range for the arc rifle, because there is 1 arc rifle in that squad. Let's do that first. 3s to hit, 3s to wound. That's a wound. -1 AP. which you save, and then there is 3 times 4 radium carbines, which is 12. 3s to hit, getting rid of those misses, that's pretty good. And 5s to wound. Ooh, look at that. How many wounds do attack bikes have? They have a lot. Yeah, considering the number of wounds, let's just do these 3 up 1 damage ones. And you take a damage, and then you've got these that do 2 damage. Attack bikes have 4 wounds each. So 3 up saves that do 2 damage. Okay, fail one of them, so it puts it down from 4 all the way down to 1. Okay, moving on to the onagers. With their crawler technology, they can move and fire their heavy weapons as though standing still. So 2 Cognis heavy stubbers into the bikes and a neutron laser downtown at that lead predator there. It's wholly within cover, but it's not 50% skewered from the point of view of the firer, so you won't be benefiting from the cover there. Anyway, let's put the 6 Cognis stubbers, try and kill off 1 attack bike. 3s to hit and 5s to wound. Is only 1 wound, 1 3 up save, which you make. I'm not sure if I want him dead, because I do want to make a charge and kill something in the assault phase, but then I've got this over here for redundancy. Anyway, neutron laser firing at that lead predator. D3 shots. 1 shot. Do I command point this? No, I've got another one. I've got another one for redundancy. So just 1 shot, hitting on a 3. And it's strength 10, toughness 7 on predators. I know Vindicators are toughness 8.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7. 3s to wound. That's a wound, and it's -4 AP. So you don't get any save at all. This does D6 damage, but mine always a minimum of 3. And that's 6 damage on the predator. Bam! A smoking hole through the hull. 5 wounds remaining. Let's fire the other one. Rinse and repeat at the same targets. So heavy stubbers at that. That's 5 hits. I need 5s to wound. 2 wounds, please. 2 saves, sir. Kill an attack bike. And then D3 shots with the neutron laser. I really need to take out one of these predators. 1 shot. I still got him. 1 shot. Do I re-roll it?
You have 3 left.
But I've still got him. My knight. And you're right, I've got 3 left. But it's a 1. I don't know. No, I'm going to live with fate. Clearly their power packs are not fully charged up yet. Just 1 shot hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. -4. No save. This does D6 damage. Minimum 3. You've got 5 left for the Omnisire. 1. That's 4 damage, leaving you with 1 hull point left. Volkite Blaster, Tech Priest Dominus into the attack bikes. It's a heavy weapon, normally hitting on 2, so now hitting on 3s, but I reroll 1s because he's in range of himself. It's strength 6, toughness 5, wounding on 3s, and any 6s cause a mortal wound in addition to normal damage saves. So that's 2 saves, and he drops a wound already. It's AP dash. So he only takes a wound. Moving along, this last squad at the scouts. Yeah, at the scouts. Arc rifle. 3s to hit. 1 hit. 3s to wound. 1 wound. -1. Scout armor is only 4 up, so this will be a 5 up. Which you save. And then the radium carbine. 1 hit. 1 wound, but it's a 6. So if you fail your 4 up, it will kill a bike. Can you fail a save, please? Okay, that could have been better. Let's move along to the last thing left to fire, which is the knight. So clearly one of those predators needs to die. The knight has a heavy flamer and 2 stubbers, which are going into the bikes, because you're right there. I can't shoot the Khan because he's a character. The storm spears do D6 damage a pop. Now, do I get greedy and spray at more than 1 tank? Or do I put everything into the tank? Okay, you absolutely must kill something. Can't let it live. So rapid fire battle cannon and missile pod on a predator with 1 wound left. That should guarantee a kill. And remember, if it doesn't blow up, I get a point. Sounds good to me. And then the Avenger Cannon does 2 damage a pop. So every wound I put on a bike will kill a bike. And the stubbers and the flamers. That sounds like good biscuits to me. So let's fire 2 D6 shots with a rapid fire battle cannon, which is 11. Should have split between 2 predators. 11 shots would be hitting on 5s, but hitting on 3s because my machine spirit is resurgent. And I get 7 hits. Strength 8 versus toughness 7. I'm wounding on 3s. And I get 6 wounds. And they're minus 2 AP, so 6 5 ups. You just need to fail 1, and it's dead tank. That's a dead tank. Now, does it blow up on a 6? Please don't blow up, because I need this point.
I want it to blow up.
Don't let it blow up. Oh no, boom goes the tank, but it does do mortal wounds to stuff either side, so
D6 or
D3 a tank. So what's that on? So it's everything within 6 inches. We randomized it, and that 3 was D3 mortal wounds on your captain, so I'll buy that for $1. And then D3 mortal wounds on that one, D3 mortal wounds on that one.
This one?
Yeah. That's 3, and the one at the back takes 1. So I don't get the point for that objective, which is destroying a vehicle without it exploding, but at least the explosion hurts your little castle in the backfield there. So it's slightly annoying, but also slightly. I like the smell of Promethean burning in the morning, so I could take an exploding tank. Okay, 6 stubbers on the knights, on the bikes, hitting on 3s, and I rolled lots of 1s. 2 hits, 1 wound, 3 up save, and he lives. And then a heavy flamer, D6 auto hits, that's 3 auto hits, strength 5, toughness 5, 1 wound at -1, which you save again when you stop doing that. And now onto the Avenger Cannon. See, I wanted to kill that one bike with 1 wound left, because this damage, it does 2 damage each. But at least it's 12 shots. Lots of lead. 3s to hit. See, if Machine Spirit's Resurgent wasn't in, that would have been a lot of misses. Strength 6, toughness 5, 3s to wound, and that is not a lot of wounds. 6 failed wounds there, only 3 wounds in total. You have -2 to your save, 2 damage each, so 3 5-ups. And a killer bike, just 1 bike. So that's the end of the shooting phase. We're now onto the assault phase. If I kill something in assault, I will get a point, because I didn't get a point because that tank blew up. And the other way for me to get a point is to get an objective that my enemy currently controls. And that's one there. And there was an attack bike controlling this objective. So if these Ruststalkers make the charge and they die, then I will get a point. Okay, no damage done on Overwatch. 10 inches away. I need a 9-inch charge. And that's definitely not 9 inches. A command point wouldn't even help that, so now the Dragoon charging these bikes. Okay, interrupting the Overwatch because something bad happened if you're an Admech fan, or good if you're a White Scars fan. So it's 6s to hit on Overwatch. It's normally -1 to hit a Dragoon because of their incense cloud. But in Overwatch, you always hit on 6s regardless of modifiers, so they're not hitting on 7s. They can fire Overwatch. All the bolt guns missed, but you've got a combi melter, 2 melters and a combi melter in there, and you just roll 2 6s for them. So yeah, it's strength 8, toughness 6, 3s to wound with these melters, and both of them wound. And I needed him to eat the Overwatch before the knight gets in.
Damage on the first one?
No, I got 6 up bionic save, and I failed them both. So 2d6 damage on the first one, picked the highest. Is 3. He's got 3 wounds left. 2d6 on the second one. He lives. Point. You're going to spend a command point.
Yes.
And he's dead. Does he blow up on a 6? No, he does not. And you take out the Dragoon in Overwatch. Now I need to charge with the Knight, and he's got a 5-up invulnerable save because rotate Iron Shields lasts until the end of the phase. This is now a different phase. He's only got 2 wounds left. You're not going to be able to Overwatch me with some melters again, will you? You're not. Roll the melters first. What are you thinking?
The rotate Iron Shields was in my turn.
I know. It doesn't work anymore. He's got a 5-up invuln instead of a 4-up. That only lasts until the end of the phase. So if I want to do it again, I have to spend another command point.
Bolters first.
Because he's now the target of a shooting attack.
Ah, right, okay. So you could
I could spend a command point to get it to a 4-up invuln. But I'm not gonna, because my machine spirit is resurgent. He's gonna be fine. Bolters, don't kill the knight.
Rerolling 1s.
Oh yeah, because the Khan's right there. Overwatch counts as a shooting attack. So that's 2 hits, 8s to wound with the bolters.
8 to wound or 6?
Sixes. That's what I meant. Toughness 8.
Not
No.
three.
Right, and now 3 melters. This is the one that I'm worried about. Don't do it, Martin.
Come on. For the car.
You didn't do it. You didn't do it. I'm auto in. I get Hammer of Wrath, right?
Yeah, I'll go with that. I get Jink.
I am in, and that's the only assault phase this turn. Oh no, over here, Dragoon is going to charge against your Scout Bikers. No wounds taken on Overwatch. -2 to my charge range going through the marsh there, so I need an 8. And he fails. Okay, failed charges all the way across the line. Clearly I was slipping on the blood of my enemy there. Yeah. Except for the Knight. The Knight makes it in. And he's going to stomp first with his Titanic Feet, which means his 4 attacks go up to 12 attacks. I'm hitting on 3s. And that was really, really bad. Do I start spending command points?
Surely not.
No. No. No, I don't. I've got 6 hits. Strength 8, toughness 5. Nothing! Nothing!
You got one.
Well, did I? No, it's 5s. It's strength 8 versus toughness 5.
3s to wound.
Oh yeah, I do. So I get 1 wound. I get 1 wound. That makes me feel so much better. Just 1 wound, -2 AP. So that was a big fat whiff. Should mention that Karaza Khan gloriously intervened. My Knight is locked up, and now the White Scars get to punch back. So the Khan, swinging with Moonfang, 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, because he's a captain. That's all good. And it's strength 8. Yeah, 6s to hit versus characters do different stuff, but the Knight isn't a character. I know. It's strength 4 versus toughness 8. So 6s to wound. And you get 2, and it's it's -3 AP, D3 damage each or something. Yeah. It's definitely -3 AP. I've got a 6 up save. You're going to kill the Knight with Khan.
That's what should happen.
No.
Khan.
Okay, it should happen. He's driving around his ankles, cutting through the last few remaining fuel lines. 6s. No. And the Knight definitely falls. Does it blow up? No.
Command point.
Command point?
See if it blows up. Can it take my unit out?
Okay.
No.
No. There goes a command point. And not only did I spend a command point, not only have I lost my Imperial Knight, but I didn't get Blood and Guts kill something in the assault phase. I didn't get Quest for Lost Knowledge by taking an objective off of you. And I certainly didn't get Destroy and Acquire by making a Predator blow up. Because he shouldn't have blown up. In the end, I get a point for First Blood. 1 point for First Blood. This is interesting. We've got the Khan and a killer squad on this side ready to swing around and nothing except gun to defend myself before he butchers his way all the way across my lines. And considering all the firepower I put into them in that last turn, I mean infantry squad and infantry squads and a Knight, and they just shrugged it off.
Unit.
Yeah.
They're getting a new paint job.
They're getting a new paint job. I think hopefully they've used up all their luck. Hopefully they've jinked their way through all the gunfire and all the las cannon fire that they can. And they won't be able to slaughter all the way across the line, because if they do, this will be a very short game. I did kill a unit utterly. Pleased with that. Hurt these units of attack bikes and killed a Predator. I have killed a Predator. So it's 1 point each. You have got some Assault Marines up in high orbit. I don't know how this game is going to go. It's still very early. Let's go to White Scars, turn 2. Negative to defend, objective 6. Here are the orders for the Khan. Kill something in the assault phase. Emperor's Retribution, basically take an objective off of me. And Supremacy, spread out, control any 3 objectives for D3 points. Here we are after the movement phase for the White Scars, and the Assault Marines dropping down on the right flank and the left flank onto this marshy floodplain more than 9 inches away from an enemy unit. Now, he needs to kill something in the assault phase and take an objective controlled by me, and there's a unit of Rangers here sat on an objective which you could potentially assault and kill and take that objective. That would be a point for blood and guts. And I think it's D3 points if he takes an objective previously controlled by me. There's also the librarian has moved up here. He's in range. He's got null zone as one of his abilities. If he gets that off, I can't get any invulnerable saves, and he's in range of that Onager Dunecrawler there, which would nullify its 5-up. And remember, all Skitarii have a 6-up invulnerable save, and potentially the librarian could charge a unit as well and guarantee blood and guts. And as for supremacy, 1 objective, 2 objectives, 3 objectives. That's a guaranteed D3 points. Should mention the Khan advancing 20 inches all the way across there. So this attack bite squad have rerolls, hit rolls of 1 because Khan's a captain. And then the scout bikes busting all the way through that terrain piece there. And they could potentially charge something and get blood and guts as well. So plenty of options to get a point for killing something in the assault phase. Definitely guaranteeing supremacy if he just stays where he is. This could be a high point scoring turn for the White Scars. The jaws, these white teeth closing in on my right and left flank. I need to brace myself. The scars are coming. Psychic phase, null zone coming first, needs an 8.
Gets it on
and that's
10.
a 10. So no invulnerable saves within a 6-inch bubble, I believe.
Yep.
And then you're smiting away. And that
command points.
You're going to command point it? Really?
Yes.
I don't think you need to.
I need to whittle them down to them.
Okay. Yep.
Still go first.
It doesn't. It burns a command point. You're now down to 2. I'm on 2 command points, but the null zone psychic waves rippling through the centre lines of the Admech there. Shooting phase. Try Las Predator number 1, firing at the injured Onager Dunecrawler. 4 Las cannons.
3's rerolling once.
Yep. You don't need the reroll of that captain, you know. His guns are good enough. 3's to wound. And 3 wounds. 5 up and vulnerable save. Oh no, I don't get it because you're close. The 6-inch thing, so it's -3 AP. And I forgot Shroud's Arm again. I forgot the thing.
You're going to choose that though. So.
I'm going to. I was definitely in this phase choose Shroud's Arm because the amount of shooting coming in is going to be incredible. So his 3-up will become a 2-up.
-3 to
-3 is a 5. But I'm not re-rolling ones. And it gets through. Oh no, I need to do 3 of them. Yep. And I fail all 3 of them. So that's 3d6 damage. And that's a dead tank.
Blows up.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Yeah, you can pick a canticle once or keep rolling. So I rolled the first time, got Shroud's Arm, this time picking Shroud's Arm. There's a Stormbolter from that coming in at the ranges. 2 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. And I have a 4-up to a 3-up with Shroud's Arm. So it's a save. What else you got?
Bolters from him into that.
Okay, yep, 2 shots. 2's to hit, he's a captain. 2 hits, 3's to wound. 2 wounds, 3-up. And a save. Why can't I do that on my tanks? Next Predator. Stormbolter is out of range of the Rangers, but I can't hide from that Las Cannon coming in at the Onager Dunecrawler's 4 Las Cannons. And 3 hits. 3's to wound. And I get my 5-up save. 5-up in Vine, I'm going to take all 5-up save, it doesn't matter. Save 1d6 damage. 5 damage from 11 down to 6. Next up, moving from the tanks across to the scouts who are firing down at the Archmagos Domus. It's forced to hit because of Stygies. Should have been forced to hit on the Dunecrawlers. I think you only rolled 4s or 5s or 6s, so whatever you did, you killed it. If you rolled any 3s there, my bad, I should have remembered it, but I think you only rolled good stuff. I think so. Okay, forced to hit with the scouts. And 1 hit, 2 hits. 2 hits, strength 4, toughness 4. And there's a mortal wound and 2 wound in addition. In addition, yeah, it goes straight through.
Oh no, you have got he's out of range.
Yeah, that's a mortal wound and then 2 2-up saves. And he takes another wound. So he's down from 5 to 3. You're doing the same again with the second scout squad. Okay, forced to hit. 3 hits, Force to wound. Don't roll any 6s. And you roll one more 6, so he's down to 2 wounds with a 2-up save because it's an addition. 2 wounds remaining. He was on 2 wounds last turn. He's back to 2 wounds this turn. His Mechadendrite harness working like mad again for sure. And I keep saying Mechadendrite hive. That's something from 30k, I believe. But he's definitely got one. I'm saying he's got one. It's how he heals himself.
He's that old.
He's that old. After the scouts, the 2 attack bikes firing melters in at the Onager, which will hit on 4s, and then the bolt guns in at this squad of Vanguard here, which will hit on 3s because they're within 12. So what do you do in first? Melter, don't you?
Rolling ones.
Oh yeah, because of the Khan. And that's 2 hits. 2. Oh, strength 8, toughness 7. That does. Wound. -4. I need my 5 up in buns. I don't get any of my... Right, I'm going to spend a command point. I have to spend a command point. Now put me from 2 down to 1. I need a 5. And I make it so 1 melter gets through. But if you roll a 6, it's a 3. It's a 3. He's still alive. Steaming, but he's still alive. And now there's 8 bolter shots coming in at the Vanguard there. The bolter scoring 4 wounds on the Vanguard. 4 3-up saves with Shroud's Arm. 1 more dies. After the attack bikes, the scouts fired bot guns over their shoulders into this squad, causing 3 wounds, 3 3-up saves. 2 more die, leaving just 1, because I know you need to kill something in the assault phase, and the 1 guy with his force sword, or force axe, or force whatever he's got, should be able to do it. After those scouts, these scouts firing at the dragoons, -1 to hit because of its incense cloud, 5s to wound, did 1 wound, 4-up save. Did 1 wound. He's gone down from 6 to 5 remaining. Then across, we'll film this one because there's lots of shots. We've got 16 bolter shots coming in at the Rangers, and there's a melter combi melter as well, which can fire as well. So 3s to hit. And that's unfriendly. And 3s to wound. Strength 4, toughness 3. Can I roll your dice? Because
yes.
At least I've touched them and cursed them otherwise. I'm completely in a cover or shroud sum, so 3 up. So I wonder if they roll as well for me. No, they don't. 3 of them die. 3 dead. 3 melter, yeah. 2 hits. 2 wounds. I have a 6-up invulnerable save, looking for that magic lightning bolt. Nope, so 5 dead in total. That was nasty. Taking the casualties from along here, because it's -2 to charge through there, and maybe the scars will fail the charge. Maybe. Then these assault marines fired into these Vanguard. Shroud Simon effect. 3 wounds caused. 3-up saves. 1 falls. And these 5 caused a wound on him. Shroud Simon effect. 2 up. And we think that's the end of the shooting phase. And Rangers dying. Vanguard dying. Onager dying, that's done. And this guy down to 2 wounds remaining. Lots of death and carnage all the way along the front lines. So there's some charges coming up. No damage caused on the Overwatch as the assault marines try and make it into the Onager. 9-inch charge coming up. Yes. And you roll a 10. Then from that assault squad to this assault squad charging in, no damage again caused on Overwatch, another 9-inch charge to make, and they fail the charge.
Command point.
Really? You got 2 left?
Yes.
Go for it.
No.
And they definitely fail the charge. We're both on 1 command point left each, and it's only turn 2. Over here, against the Rangers charging in. The Rangers, again, doing no damage on Overwatch, but it'd be 4 inches to a charge because you're going through the swamp. And you make it in. After this bike squad made it into the Rangers, the Librarian made it into that lone Vanguard, no damage done. And over here, the Scouts made it in to these last 2 Vanguard, no damage done on Overwatch. Didn't declare a multi charge there, but we've got 4 assaults erupting across the Adeptus Mechanicus lines. Starting here, 8 attacks from the normal dudes because the Sergeant's got a power sword. So let's do them first. 3s to hit. And they're strength 4 versus toughness 7. So wounds on 5s. No wounds. Now the Sergeant has 2 attacks.
Yep.
2 attacks for the sergeant, 3s and 5s. 1 hit there. And doesn't wound.
Nothing.
But fortunately you lock it up, which prevents me from shooting. That's the main thing. Where are we going to next? Over here?
This one while we're over here, yeah.
Okay, you need to kill something in the assault phase. So
4 attacks because of the captain.
1 attack plus 2 on the sergeant, 3s to hit the scouts. And that's 3 hits, and it's going to be 3s to wound, strength 4, toughness 3, 3s to wound. Just 1 wound. I have a 4-up save. Shroud's armor acts as though you're in cover when you're getting shot at, so it doesn't work in the assault phase. Need a 4, and I fail, leaving my sergeant left alive. Mind you, he's got an arc. No, I just leave him there. Moving over to the librarian. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. And that's 2 hits. He's got a sword, a 4 sword, so 3s to wound. 1 wound. Minus 3 AP, I have a 6-up invulnerable save, but it's cancelled out with null zone. And he's dead, and that's blood and guts. So you do get something in the assault wave. And moving along to this squad of White Scars. The bikers have 1 attack each. Sergeant's got 2 and a chainsword, so 6 attacks coming in, hitting on 3s. Only 3 hits. Your dice finally betray you. 3s to wound. Maybe not. All 3 of them get through. 3 4-up saves. Only 1 dies. Right, going back down the line. Admech fighting back. 4 attacks plus 1 for the alpha. 3s to hit, 4s to hit, sorry, and 5s to wound. Doesn't do anything. This combat is meh. Over here, the alpha hitting them, or the prime, sorry, 1 hit and wounds. Wounds a scout with a 4-up save. He kills a scout. I'll buy that for $1.
Takes a wound.
Oh yeah, it takes a wound. They got 2 wounds each. Damn. Now the onager always hits on a 5, but he's only got 1 attack now. Oh, he hits, and it's strength 6, so I need a 3. And he wounds. Can I kill an assault marine? 3-up save. No, of course not. Okay, now we have some morale checks to make. There was only 2 in that squad, so they're going to be fine. You killed that guy. You killed 1 in this squad, and here there was 8 left? 9 left. How many left? There was 9 left. I've lost 5. Leadership 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. What am I talking about? I lost 5 plus the 4 is 9. That's 2 more dead from that squad there. And that's the end of turn 2 for the White Scars. They get a point for blood and guts because they definitely killed something in the assault phase. That last vanguard there. Nice and good. But for Emperor's Retribution, take an objective previously controlled by me. Now, they outnumber me on this objective here, but my troops have a rule, Soldiers of the Machine God, which means they always score an objective regardless of the number of enemy models in range, unless you have an equivalent rule. These are a faster chat choice, these guys. They don't have the equivalent rule, so you don't get that point, which is good, because that would have been D3 extra points. So just 1 point for blood and guts is 2 points to 1. However, you have got 1, 2, 3 objectives, and that's D3 points for supremacy. And that's another 6. And so at the end of turn 2, it's 5 points to the Sons of the Great Khan and only 1 to the Penitent Forge. And this unit is locked up in assault. My onager is locked up in assault, so I can't fire across at those predators this turn. That could be game changing, and it's only got 2 wounds left. And this Emperor's Retribution, if you control an objective, if I fall back out of that combat, then Martin will control that and score it in my turn. So I have to stay locked up in there, and these 2 guys cannot die, because it just says at the start of your turn, if you control an objective which your enemy had at the start of their turn, they cannot die. That will be D3 points to them, which means I need to keep feeding more and more stuff into the grinder, and White Scars can fall back in assault again. It's looking bleak on the left. Meanwhile, snipers up overhead, firing round after round after round at the Tech Priest Dominus of the Penitent Forge. I'm going to need to push back. I'm going to need to sow murder if I have any chance of holding on to this game. So let's go on to Penitent Forge, turn 2. Here are the Admech objectives, and praise the Omnissiah, they are good. I ditched Destroying a Choir at the end of my last turn. No prisoners. If I kill stuff, I get a point. 3 things and I get D3 points. Blood and guts. Kill something in the assault phase. Get a point. And quest for lost knowledge. Take an objective currently controlled by the white scars. If I can kill things, if the Omnissiah is with me, I will get many, many points and be back in this game. Okay, so I have a plan. It's a tenuous plan, but it's a plan. If the Ruststalkers kill these attack bikes, that's D3 points because he's currently controlling this objective here. And I need to kill as much as possible. They're going to load up with their shots as well. So that's a potential dead unit, potentially. Here's another potentially dead unit. And then around here, the squad has fallen back, but we're still within 3 inches of that objective there. This squad that was here are also within 3 inches of that objective there. They can't shoot, they fell back, but they can shoot. And they can shoot. And charge. And so can that squad there. Shooting everything I can to try and kill them. They walked through fire last turn. They can't do that again. The Onager Dunecrawler, I could have left it in combat with these guys. But all he needs to do, because he's a white scar, is fall back in the movement phase and he can charge again. And as soon as he falls back in his movement phase, the predators can open up on the Onager Dunecrawler. So regardless of whether I stay locked in combat or not, those predators will get a free shot downrange at the Onager. All he has to do is fall back. So I moved it out anyway, and my Warlord is going to go in on his own against this squad, because he can take them out on his own, no problem. And the Dragoon in on that squad there. That makes sense to me. Perfect tactical sense. I haven't put my infiltrators down on the battle grid yet. I'm still thinking about it. There aren't very many good places to put. I could put them at the back and try and take that objective off the bikes as well. But I would be charging through that swamp, and that would be -2 to my charge range. So that would be an 11-inch charge. There's just no really good places to put them. Really need to prosecute a unit. I'd like to drop them in here to put some more shots at the attack bikes or at his librarian. But with these scouts here, and with those scout bikers there, I can't actually fit a whole squad of 5 infiltrators in there without being within 9 inches of one of these squads. So they can't land there and lend their weight of firepower and lend their shots. I suppose I could put them here. I could put them here and shoot at them because I want to kill them. One's on 1 wound. Yeah, let's fall him back. We haven't finished the movement phase yet. Put my infiltrators 9 inches here to shoot and then charge. Sounds like a plan. See? Set out a tactic. All I need to do is kill one more thing in the assault phase to get an extra point on top of the D3 that I'm guaranteed there. But if I kill 3 things, any 3 units, I'll get another D3 points for no prisoners. And this game will be back on again. Right, let's shoot stuff. But before I do, let's heal stuff. Heal, we'll heal that. D3, which is re-rollable. So that's 2 plus 1 for his Warlord trait, puts that one back up to a 5. And he can heal himself, D3, which is 2, and that puts him back up to 4. Where's the 4? There's the 4. Okay, now let's shoot stuff. Left to right, over here, with this squad of bikes that absolutely must die. 2 rapid-fire arc rifles and an arc pistol hitting on 3s. 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -1 to your save. 2 4-up saves. And he passes again. They're not infantry, so they don't benefit from that cover unless they're all 50% obscured, which they're not. Here's the radium carbine shots. 3s to hit. Oh no. Out of 18 shots, 7 hit. 3s to wound.
5 to wound.
5s to wound. 1 wound with a 3-up.
2 wounds was a 6 in there.
And a 6, yeah. But 1 with a 3-up. And 1 with a 3-up, which does 2 damage. And they walk through fire again. Okay, I need to overcharge. Plasma caliber in there. Overcharging the plasma caliber, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Doesn't wound. 3 radium carbines. Let's shoot them with radiation rounds. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Just 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves, sir. And you make them as well. No. That was this squad. Now this squad, there's 3 plasma calibers in there, and I am overcharging. 3s to hit. First one. 3s to hit. Second one. 3s to hit. Everything hit. Is my luck changing? 3s to wound. This is where I'll roll like 6 2s or something. Everything wounded. 6 wounds at -3. Each one does 2 damage. 3 6s. 6 6s you need to make. There's only 4 models left. Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dead. 5. Plasma rounds splashing into the swamp, atomizing it. Brilliant. Love it. Which meant all of their shots just go into that steam there. Tech Priest Engineer's got a las pistol. 3s to hit. 5s to wound. Doesn't do anything. He can't fire. Right. Tech Priest Dominus firing at them with his heavy gun. He moved, so he's hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s because he's a Tech Priest. 2 hits. This is strength 6. 1 wound. AP dash. I was looking for the 6 because it does more wounds. No. Okay, at least to kill 1 thing. That's 1 point for no prisoners. Need to kill more than 1 thing. These guys unloading at your attack bikes. Need to soften them up for the Rust Stalkers. There is an arc rifle. And 1 of them hits. I need a 3 to wound. Which doesn't wound. And then let's do the 12 radium carbines. Come on boys, you can do this. 3s to hit. 8 hits, 5s to wound. There's a couple of 6s. 2 6s there. Each does 2 damage. 2 3-ups. Fell 1. Does 2 damage. Killing that last attack bike. I like it. 1 attack bike left. Hopefully those Rust Stalkers will be able to take him down. And now across to my next elites. These infiltrators with their flechette ballasters have 5 shots each. 25 shots into these scouts. Hitting on 3s. But their strength 3. So they're winning on 5s. 5 wins in total. 5 4-up saves because they're scouts. Ooh, 3 damage. And 1 was on 1 wound left. So leaving 1 scout remaining. Maybe he can kill him in assault. And that would be a point for blood and guts. And that's the end of my shooting phase, I'm afraid. So now we need to do some charges. So this Dragoon will try and charge that bike. And he took a wound on the way in. Now the infiltrators will try and get in there. This is a 9-inch charge. Come on. And that's a 4. They're definitely not getting in. Across here, let's do the other elites, the Rust Stalkers, into that lone attack bike. Melter, don't do it.
Rerolling 1s.
Oh yeah, because I can't. Nope. Save the shots to Overwatch. Charge in. 7. And the Rust Stalkers end there, making sure they're within 3 inches of this objective to score it, but far enough back so Khan cannot heroically intervene. Next up, Dragoon versus the Librarian. Nothing. Oh, 1 hit. You need a 5. No, and he goes in enough. And the Tech Priest Engineer, because he's got an Omniscient Axe, which does 2 damage a pop. 12. He's in. Over here, my Warlord versus your Assault Marines. He will be in if your bolt guns don't take him out. 6s to hit. Should have checked. No. So he is in as well. So combat's met everywhere across the line. Now I just need to bring down 1 thing. Just 1 thing. So the Dragoon has 3 attacks, but any 6s to hit generate extra hits. And that 6 counts as 3 hits in total, plus the 3. This is strength 8. 2 wounds. This is -1 at 2 damage, so 2 5s-ups, or you lose a scout. It's just 2, just 2. And you fail them both, and I kill something in assault, so that's blood and guts. Nice, nice, nice. Getting points for killing stuff, getting points for blood and guts across here. This Dragoon in there. 3s to hit, and looking for the 6s. There's another 6. So that would be 3 hits in total. Strength 8. I need 3s. Just 1. Just 1.
3 up invulnerable.
Yeah, because you got the Shield Eternal on him. No! He will take 2 damage. I think he's on 3 left.
Yeah.
Tech Priest Engineer can do it, but he hits on 4s. He hits once. It's strength 5, the Omniscient Axe. That doesn't wound, but it would have done 2 damage. I'm saving this one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. This one's quite critical. So each Rustalker has 3 attacks each. Princeps has an extra attack. The Cord Claw attack is separate because this can do D3 damage. This hits on 3s and I get 3 hits. It's strength 4, but any 6s do D3 damage instead of the normal. Do D3 mortal wounds. That didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. So all of these guys need to hit. And any 6s to wound with these does 1 mortal wound instead of the normal damage. 3s to hit. And that was 7 hits. 5s to wound, 6s do mortal wounds. 1 hit the floor. Okay, so 2 mortal wounds and 2 saves to make. And he's on 1 wound left. And then the Tech Priest Dominus, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, all hit. Wounding on 3s with his axe, all wound at -2. So 2 5-up saves. And you only fail 1, and only 1 dies. It does do 2 damage, these axes, but they only have 1 wound each. And that's the end of my assault phase everywhere. Yeah, that's the end of my assault phase. Now it's your turn to smack back. 3 normal chaps.
3s.
And they got chain axes, so yeah. 5 hits. Winning on 4s. Strength 4, toughness 4. Ooh, look at that. 4 wounds. That looks good. He has a 2-up save, which he saves all of them. And now you have your sergeant with his 2 power sword attacks. 3s to hit, 1 hit, 4s to wound, 1 wound. -3, but he has a refractor field. Flat 5-up and bun, which he fails, dropping him down to 1 wound. Dropping him 1 wound down to 3 wounds left. The attack bike, 2 attacks, 3s to hit. And, oh yeah, reroll on 1s because of the captain. So 1 hit, strength 3, toughness 3. No wounds. The attack bike didn't do anything. Now the librarian with his 3 attacks, he hits on 3s. Who do you want to put it on?
Tech Priest.
Tech Priest? Okay, go for it. Null zone is still in effect, right? I think he's got 3 or 4.
Okay, let's go on it.
Yep.
3s.
3s to hit. 2 hits. And it'll be forced to wound. He has toughness 4. But you have got a forced sword. And 1 wound. He has a 5-up refractor field. No. And this does D3 damage. Takes 2 damage off of him. Sorry, he doesn't have a refractor field, but he does have 4 wounds, which means he's got 2 left. And that's the end of turn 2 for the Admech for the Penitent Forge. Only killing 2 things there. I killed the dudes down there, the scout bikers, and this bike squad up here. That's it. Which kind of sucks, because if I'd have killed 3 things, that would be D3 points for no prisoners, and it's 5 points to 1. However, I killed 1 thing for no prisoners, 5 points to 2. I did kill something in the assault phase over here. That's 5 points to 3. And I am scoring an objective that was previously controlled by you, because I've got more models within 3 inches of that than you have. So it's 5-3. This is a D3. And I get 2. It's exactly 5-5 as we descend into turn 3. The Scars continue to press their advantage and their orders are still good. Emperor's Retribution is in his hand. Take D3 victory points if he gets an objective controlled by the Admech. Honor his chapter. If one of his characters kills one of my characters, that's another D3 points. And behind enemy lines gets 3 units in my deployment zone, that's another D3 points. Potential for 9 points here. Right, here we go. The mobility of the Scars are really coming to effect. 1, 2, 3 units in the deployment zone of the Penitent Forge. That's D3 points right there. And if he kills a character using one of his characters, that's a point. Well, if he just does a wound on it, that's a point. Kills it, that's D3 points. And the Khan himself, Karazo Khan, has come forward to try and kill that character. So he's got double attempts at getting another D3. That would be 2 D3 points. And if he takes an objective currently controlled by the Admech, that's another D3. With plenty of opportunities to score objectives here, it looks like the White Scars are dividing and conquering, coming in from all angles. It looks like they are dissecting this Adeptus Mechanicus force. Let's go on to the psychic phase. Null zone. This will be critical, ignoring invulnerable saves all around him.
On an 8.
On an 8. And you do it. The bubble pops one more time. What else you doing?
Smite on the
Smiting is going to hit him. And that passes D3 mortal wounds. It's 2 and it was on 5. He's now down to 3 again. I forgot Canticles again, which starts at the beginning of a game turn. Let's roll the dice. And that's a 5. That's Invocation of Machine Might. All my stuff has +1 strength. Anyway, 2 4-up saves to make. One of them gets wiped by the pistol fire. From here, across to the scout bikers, firing into the infiltrators, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because his captains come from all the way over there, and wounding on 3s. I only did 6 wounds. 6 wounds, 6 4-up saves, and I only take 1 wound. And the infiltrators, Rustalkers, have 2 wounds each. Then the captain fired, showing him how it's done, causing 4 wounds. 4 4-up saves. 1 dies. 1 takes a wound. Leaving it looking like this. The attack bike, of course, can't fire. He fell out of combat. He can still charge, though, with White Scar's chapter tactics. Then across at the back line, 1 wound caused on my warlord by the assault squad. 2-up save, and he saves it. Librarian not choosing to shoot. Khan firing at the tech priest. He is closest. 2s to hit. Let's see what Khan can do on camera. Rerolling 1s. Okay, everything hit. 4s to wound. And that's 2 wounds. He has a 3-up save. If you cause a wound, you get a point. If you kill him, you get D3 points.
He's alright.
He's saved. He's okay. He isn't going to last very long, though, when Khan charges into him. But he's alright so far. Now the big guns. 4 las cannons coming in to the Dune Crawler. 3s to hit. 2 hits. 3s to wound.
4s to hit, is it? Because of these Stygies?
Oh yeah, Stygies. Yeah, 4s. Thank you very much. Thanks for reminding me. Keep forgetting that one. I think,
that's the wound.
And that's a wound. I think part of the reason why I keep forgetting it is because most of the time this White Scar's force is well within 12 inches and hitting on 3s anyway. It only comes into effect if you're all far away.
Invulnerable save, -3.
He has a 5-up. Oh yeah, no invulnerable save. -3, so it's a 6-up. Which I fail. And this does D6 damage. He's only got 3 wounds left. He's dead. Now, he's dead. I've got a command point left. I could auto choose to blow him up. Which means that I'm wounding my guy and wounding my guy with mortal wounds potentially, and denying you getting that point, and potentially killing your librarian. It would just be silly. It doesn't make any tactical sense really to blow myself up using that stratagem. Let's see if he blows up on his own, and if he does, he does. He doesn't. Okay, the next predator fired its stormbolters down at this and killed 1 more infiltrator. Las cannons coming in at the dragoons. This is 5s to hit because it's 4s because I'm Stygies, plus -1 because it's a dragoon. So 5s to hit, and of course you still hit twice. 3s to wound, strength 9, toughness 6, 1 wound. It's -3, so I get my 6-up bionics, which I fail.
Invulnerable save.
Oh yeah, no invulnerable save because of the librarian, so it just does D6 and you do 2, putting it on 4 wounds left. Okay, now the librarian is closest to the Dominus there, so he's firing his 4 thingy bops. These are 2s to hit, they all hit, and 4s to wound. 1 wound, okay, rerolling that. Alright. 1 wound, 1 2-up save. If you get this, this is a point. No. Last thing left to fire is the snipers. Doesn't want to pick on my characters. Wants to pick on my characters with his characters to get those points. So these snipers are firing what? The infiltrators. The Rustalkers, yeah. 3s to hit because you are within 12. And you only get 2 hits. 4s to wound. 6s cause mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound in addition to my 4-up save, which I pass. So 1 will take a wound. Where's the other one? Oh, you're doing both at them. Okay, here we go. This lot will be 4s to hit because they're further away. 1 hit.
No wound.
That is a wound, actually. Strength 4, toughness 3.
Right.
That is a wound, which I fail. So 1 gets sniped and his head goes pop. And that's the end of the shooting phase. The honor gut has finally fallen. We've got some big charges coming up. Jump packs eating the Overwatch. No damage done. Locking up the Tech Priest Dominus and followed in by the Librarian. And the second character here now charged down by the Khan. Then after both of these characters are locked up, all 3 units here charging into the 2 remaining Rusthoggers. Remember, even though the attack bike fell back, it can still charge again because of White Scars. And then over on this flank, this unit of Assault Marines making it into the Vanguard as well. Brutal combats here, combats there, combats everywhere. Starting with Khan, 4 attacks, rerolling, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. And there's 2 1s right there. 3 1s. Okay, so that was a reroll for a cock. So 4 hits. Now he's +1 strength when he charges in, which gets him to 5, and because it's against a character, it doubles. You're on strength 10, so you win on 2s.
No rerolls.
No rerolls. Okay, thanks. Okay.
It's
-3. So he's got something, maybe.
Double save.
The Tech Priest engine says, out of the 6-inch range of the null zone bubble, he has 6 up invulnerable saves to make. I need both of these. 6s for the Omnissiah. Nope, the Omnissiah doesn't care about me. He's dead. Khan kills a character. That's D3 points. The order was honour the chapter, and Khan certainly has. Khan consolidates towards the closest enemy unit, which is that one. So he has ended up closer, but you can move the full 3 inches. He's come all the way up here. And then the Librarian wants to swing away at my Tech Priest Dominus to see if he can kill him utterly as well. And that's what you rolled. So fortunately, you're within 6 inches of Khan, so you can re-roll those 1s. 3s to hit. 1 hit, just 1. It's a sword versus toughness 4. You need 4s to wound.
3s to wound because I'm now within 6 inches and +1 strength.
Okay, yeah, +1 strength, so 3s to wound, yeah.
Ooh.
And he just wounds.
-3 and no invul.
It's D3, -3, no invuln, so his 2 up becomes a 5 up. Because he's got a 2 up anyway. So the invuln doesn't work, but he has a 2 up anyway. And this is a D3 mortal wounds. He doesn't. Save it. Can you kill the Dominus?
Yes.
Lightning strikes. The White Scars characters both take a head. And the Librarian and Khan both honour the chapter. So moving over to this captain, the second in command, can he take out these last 2 Rusthoggers? He's seen what his compadres can do. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. 2s to hit, re-rolling 1s. There's 2 1s right there. They all hit. It's strength 4, but it's a power lance, which is +2 strength, and they're only toughness 3, so this is wounding on 2s. And that's 3 wounds. It's minus something. -1. So 5's up. -1, 5 damage. No. So that kills 1 and puts him on 1 wound remaining, and you've still got some more attacks there.
Yeah.
What are you going with next?
He's getting his revenge.
Okay, revenge. 2 attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Reroll 1s.
They both hit. Wounding on 3s. And this, they both wound. 2 4-up saves. He's got 1 wound left. He got his revenge. And that'll be D3 points for taking that objective there. Now we move out to the flanks. This last assault. 4 normal dudes, 8 attacks, 3s to hit. And 3s to wound, 5 hits there. And 5 wounds. Well done, chaps. 2 die. And now your power sword gets to swing. 2 hits, yep. 1 wound, 1 6-up and bun. For bionics, no. So 3 die in total. Bam, bam, bam. Now it's my turn to hit back. And with Invocation of Machine Might, I have +1 strength. And this is the only assault left to do. So I'll pile in. I've got 3 guys there, plus the Sarge. The 3 guys have 3 attacks each. They're now strength 4. Your toughness 3 because of rad saturation. Oh yeah, 4 guys. Thank you very much, Whispering. You can shout, you know. Just shout. Yeah, so +1 is strength 4, toughness 3 because rad saturation drops your toughness down by 1. 4s to hit. 1 hit. 1 wound. 1 3-up save. And you make it. And then this is the only guy with the taser goad. So he hits on 4s. And it's strength 6 or 7. Anyway, it's going to wound you on 2s now. 1 wound. 1 3-up save. And you make that as well. And that's the end of your turn. They've got a morale check to make at -3. So 2 + 3 is enough. They hold. And there's one more assault left to do. It's my Dragoon hitting here. I need 3s to hit against the Khan. Look at that. That is 2 hits, and that 6 counts as 3 in total. His strength +1 plus the... Anyway, I'm wounding on... Strength 8 + 1 is strength 9. So wounding on 3s? Yeah, 3s. 2 wounds at -1. Each does 2 damage. The Khan takes 4 wounds.
Oh, Tenacious Survivor.
Oh, Tenacious Survivor, your warlord trait, you're absolutely right. Yep.
6s.
The Khan takes 3 wounds. He's got 2 left. Sorry, he's got 3 left because he's on a bike, and that was absolutely devastating. I've got some units that are free here. He's locked up there. Got 1 chance to hit him before he falls out of combat. I'm sure he'll be fine. And a couple of free units here, and that's it. But more importantly, you've got 1, 2, 3 units in my deployment zone. That's D3 points. You get that objective, that's D3 points. And you kill a character with one of your characters, that's D3 points. 3 D3 points, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 9 points to 4 in favour of the White Scars. You could have ran away with it there. Instead, you've just nearly doubled your score instead. Let's go to Admech, turn 3. I said it was 9 points to 5. It's actually 10 points to 5 because of Slay the Warlord. My Dominus is dead. Double the points for the White Scars. I need to scour the skies, kill something with a fly keyword. There's a couple of assault units out there could do that. Assassinate, kill a character, basically get sweet revenge. And Witch Hunter, if that character is the witch, the librarian, who's already taken a couple of wounds, I'm going to kill stuff. Last ditch stuff for the Penitent Forge. The unit that was locked in combat with his assault marines has fallen back towards objective 6. And the Rangers and the Vanguard are going to try and open up on them and kill something with the fly keyword. Talking about killing something with the fly keyword, they can also have a go, and the one last prime has run around the corner and he's got a shot through the canyon down at the assault marines as well. And then I need to assassinate and kill the witch. This squad is going to throw shots and hopefully kill that librarian as well. So for sweet, sweet revenge, let's pull the trigger. 25 shots from the infiltrators, hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s. Of course, 7 wounds, 7 3-up saves. And only 1 of these falls. Now the lone prime, firing through the gap, 3s to hit. 2 hits, 3s to wound, no wounds. 5s to wound, sorry, because it's strength 3. So I don't kill something with a fly keyword here. Now let's move over here and kill these. And I am overcharging one more time. Plasma calibers hitting on 3s. Both roll 2s, at least didn't roll any 1s. Then the rest of the radium carbine rounds, 3s to hit, 2 hit the floor, so I'll re-roll them. And it's 3s to hit, that's 7 hits. And I need 5s to wound, and that's only 2 wounds. 2 wounds on this squad here, sir. And 1 of them falls. There's 2 rangers in there, let's fire them. 3s to hit, everything hit. Strength 4, toughness 4, this is 4s to wound. 2 wounds, 2 more wounds on these guys. 1 more dies. Now it's going to come down to this squad. Okay, 3 plasma calibers in this squad. They managed to wipe out the bikes last turn. Let's see if they can wipe these out this time. And yes, I'm overcharging. I know it does 2 damage, but it will wound you on 2s instead of 3s. So first shot. 1 hit, 1 dies. Next shot. 1 hit and 1 dies. Next shot.
Ooh.
3 hits. This is 2s to wound -3. Oh no. 1 6-up save. No, I'm keeping that in my pocket. And 1 more dies. Now radium death, and 2 of these plasma calibers die. 15 shots, 2 left to get through. 3s to hit. That was 14 hits. I'll take that. 5s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wounds on 2 guys left. Can you save them all?
3-ups.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, the 2 needers are dead.
Okay, now for assassinating witch hunter. Arc rifle, 3s to hit. Both hit. 3s to wound. 1 wound. 1 3-up save. He's down to 2 left. 12 shots with the radium carbines. 3s to hit. And that was 11 hits. But now I need the 5s to wound. 6s to wound do 2 damage. 1 hit the floor. Okay, so 2 normal saves and 1 6. Here's the 2 3-up saves. And now 1 3-up save where he takes 2 damage and dies. He's dead. You've got a command point left if you want to burn it. So now Martin, keeping hold of that one last command point there, because even though I achieved all my missions, assassinate Witch Hunter and killed something with a fly keyword, it only makes it 8 points to 10. He's still a couple of points in his lead, and he wants the last command point in his pocket because now we have an assault coming up. Dragoon versus Khan. Can I slay the Warlord? This is what he's keeping in his pocket for. I need 3s to hit. And that 6 counts as 2 more hits. Good job keeping that in your pocket. So that's 5 hits in total. This is strength a lot. I'm wounding on 3s. And that's 4 wounds. Each does 2 damage. Minus 1.
4 ups.
4 ups for the Khan. No, even if you burn a command point, that is slay the Warlord.
Tenacious Survivor. So
Tenacious Survivor?
Burn 1.
Burn 1, yeah, Tenacious Survivor.
No.
No, so that's your command point gone. And now you need 6. Feel no pains. He's got 3 wounds left. Can you roll a bunch of 6s?
Dead.
No, I've killed both characters. That gives me 4 points. That means it's 10 points to 9. Is it over? Can the Penitent Forge claw their way back from the brink? Let's go on to turn 4. 1 minute, rewind. Forgot to do the charge with the infiltrators. I need a 7. And they're in. Right, 2 attacks each. 3 for the Princeps, hitting on 3s. And they're tasers, so those 6s count as 2 additional attacks. This will win on 3s. 3-up saves.
Dead.
And they are wiped out as well. Yes, yes. This could work, maybe.
Not happening.
It's not happening.
Not happening.
It's been back and forth. The White Scars keep pulling ahead and the Admech refuse to die. And now here's another chance for the White Scars to pull ahead. No prisoners, just kill stuff. If they kill 3 things, that's D3 points. Lightning Strike, make sure they kill 1 thing in my deployment zone for a point. And for the Emperor, make a charge for a point. Again, another opportunity for the White Scars speed to come into effect here. Right, the White Scars are pushed forward 1 more time. Here's a unit entirely within my deployment zone. If that dies, that's a point. And a point for no prisoners. And if he kills 3 things, that will be D3 points. And make a charge for another points. So potential to pull ahead. But let's look across the battle grid here. We've got the captain and these 2 squads. That's it. Apart from that, we've got some static scouts and some predators. If he loses these couple of units, then he'll have some static units left, and that's it. And I've got 1 guy here, Dragoon, Vanguard, Infiltrators. I've got 3 or 4 units scattered over there. I've got lots of little infantry left. He needs to do as much damage as he can, really cut off the head of the Penitent Forge here before these last few mobile units get wiped out, and then I push forward and start scoring points and hopefully get secure objective X, Y, Z objectives. Anyway, let's see what the Scars can do. Canticles 3. That's Chant of the Remorseless Fist. Reroll hit rolls of 1 in the fight phase. Right, this thing is firing its Stormbolt down here. It's not entirely within my deployment zone, these Rangers. 3s to hit, 2 hits, 3s to wound. No wounds, and the las cannons were going here.
This one.
That one, 4 las cannons on the Dragoon. This is 5s to hit because I'm over 12 inches away, plus its special ability. 1 hit gets through, but doesn't wound. Then the second Predator firing down at those Rangers and firing behind this rock crevice at the Dragoon 1 more time. 2 hits there, hitting on 5s again, wounding on 3s again. 2 wounds, 2 6s. I have my 6-up invulnerable save, Bionics. No, and this is 2d6. That's 8. Does the Dragoon blow up? No, he does not. That's a dead Dragoon. That's a point for killing stuff, no prisoners. Then all of these bikes firing at this unit here, plus the captain, only killed 4. There's 1 left. But if he kills 3 things, that's D3 points for no prisoners. He's got the snipers firing at this one lone guy, and there's one lone guy there. Snipers, 2 hits. That was 1 wound, and he dies. Now we've got this lone vanguard here. He was picked on by all of these units, killed 4 of his comrades around him, and now the snipers are opening up, trying to kill him. Kill 3 things, that'll be D3 points for no prisoners. And it's 4s to hit, and that's 4 hits. Just 1 6, a mortal wound with a sniper rifle, and there's a 6. Sniper round through the head. And that'll be D3 points for no prisoners, plus an extra point for killing something wholly within the enemy deployment zone, lightning strike. Now all you need to do is make a charge to get some extra points. So who's charging what?
Captain will charge this guy with no guns.
And he's automatically in because you're close enough. 4 inches will definitely make it. Any more charges, or are you going to leave them?
And they're all going to go in on him.
They're all going to go in against the Dragoon?
Yep.
That's just mean. It would be great if you had Hammer of Wrath still, but no Hammer of Wrath for White Scars. This is the captain hitting. He's got 2s to hit. He re-rolls 1s. And yeah, 3 hits. It's strength 6 with a lance. Toughness 6, 4s to wound.
Just the 1.
And it's minus 1?
Yeah,
It's minus 2.
Minus 2, sorry.
Minus 2. I need a 6 up and Van, which I make. He's got 4 left. But at least you're locked in combat, which means I won't be able to shoot you back if you don't kill it. So this is the...
Captain and 2 bikes.
Sure, yeah, sergeant and 2 bikes for scouts.
Sergeant and
Yeah,
2 bikes, that's
yeah.
what I meant.
3s to hit.
Reroll 1s.
Oh yeah, because you're right next to the captain.
Wow.
Look at that, 4 6s. Brilliant.
Need that again.
Yeah.
5s to wound.
5s to wound.
1.
1. 4 up. Which I make. And attack bite with 2 attacks left.
Let's throw a crack grenade.
You can't in close combat.
Ah.
That's 7. Sorry.
7. Hits.
2 hits.
1 wound.
1 wound. 1 4 up.
Oh.
He makes it. And you know what? It's my turn to attack. I'm going to hit your captain.
Of course you are.
I'm going to hit your captain with my big lance. And that is 2 hits, and that counts as 3. So that's 4 hits. What was it? And I'm re-rolling 1s in the fight phase. I think I got a 1.
You did.
Yeah, I got a 1. Let's re-roll that. Yeah, so 5 hits in total on your captain, 3s to wound. I get 3 wounds at -1, but 2 damage each.
4 ups. Oh dear.
He fails them all.
Dead.
The captain is dead. The second in command is dead. The librarian is dead. Khan is dead. However, you do get a point for lightning strike and a point for the emperor, and D3 points for no prisoners. And that's another 2 points plus the 4. It's 14 points to 9, I believe. 14 points to 9 at the end of White Scars, turn 4. Here are my objectives. Kingslayer, because the Khan is dead, that's an automatic D3 points for me. And I can secure objective 1, I'm right next to it. Domination isn't going to happen again, but I'm keeping my toe in the race here. It's all very simple for the Penitent Forge. Get rid of these bikes. Destroy the White Scars mobility. So the Dragoon falling back, the infiltrators coming around the edge. I get D3 points for Kingslayer, and there's objective 1. That squad advancing up onto it. And now I've fallen out of combat, I've still got 2 units of troops that can throw lots and lots of firepower down there. In the ship phase, they fired their assault weapons up the table, didn't do anything. They're hidden in there. I'll get to these 2 units of Vanguard. But the infiltrators, hitting on 3s, winning on 5s, managed to put 4 wounds on this attack bike. Can you save him? No.
No,
The attack bike is dead. Now for the scouts. This squad here, there's still 1 plasma caliber left there, and guess what? I'm overcharging it.
Die.
Hitting on 3s.
He's dead.
And he's dead and he misses. The last one goes pop. Okay, 5 radium carbines instead. I got 2 with 6s and 3 other wounds. So the 6s to do 2 damage. Let's do them first. Scouts only have a 4-up save. And one of the scouts dies. And then Nate, you've got 3 other wounds of 4-up to save. And then 1 more scout takes a wound. 1.5 wounds to get through this squad here. And guess what? There's a plasma caliber in that squad. And guess what I'm doing?
Overcharge.
Overcharge. Hitting on 3s. And they both hit. they both hit. They both hit. But this is wounding on 2s, -3. You won't get a save because they have a 4-up save. Boom, boom. Dead scouts. Strength 8. Oh no, what I tell a lie. It's strength 8, toughness 5. That does 1 wound, killing. That one on 1. Actually, yeah, I should have maybe shot the radium carbines first. Still in range, just checking. 3s to hit. 5s to wound. There's 1, 6, and 2 other wounds. Just do the 6 first. A 4-up for him. And he makes it. And 2 other wounds.
Oh, he's
And
dead.
now he's dead, which doesn't leave these guys anything to charge. So at the end of that turn, I'm definitely ditching domination. And there are no white scars back on the table. I do get a point for securing number 1, which makes it 14 to 10. And D3 points for Kingslayer. And I've got 1 command point in my hand. This is the time to use it. Nope, don't need to. That's a 5. That's 3 points. It's 14 points to 13. 14, 13. Could not be closer. Let's descend into turn 5. Here are the orders for the White Scars, and he's been lucky again. Lucky every single turn. Secure 2, defend 2, and defend 5. And this is what I mean by lucky. There's 2. That's a point, which puts the White Scars 2 points into the lead. And if they defend that until the end of my turn, that's another 2 points. These guys aren't holding it, but they will be. I'm going to need to get something up there to stop him from defending that and running away with this game. But talking about lucky, here's defending objective 5. There's no way I'm going to be able to get back there to stop him defending that objective. It looks like those Predator tank gunners had a plan all along, but there's very few things left. What can the White Scars do to stop this advance from the Admech, and will my orders be just as lucky? Canticles of the Omnissar. Really need Shroud, so I'm looking for a 4, and I get a 3. That's reroll hit rolls of 1 in combat again. In the shooting phase, the Predators fired both of their Stormbolters in that squad, only killing 1. And one of the las cannons popped the Dragoon, and then the other 4 las cannons fired down at the infiltrators, hitting on 4s because of Stiggies, only killing 1. But las cannons was a pretty rude on the infiltrators, just popped like a balloon. Now we're on to scouts. Now this squad are hitting on 5s because they moved and they're heavy weapons, so -1 to hit,
So they're
plus
5s and
Stiggies. Yeah, 5s and 4s. 5s, 4s, 2 hits. 3s to wound, strength 4, toughness 3. No wounds. You really need these dead because otherwise I might charge you. Next unit, pardon me, I just burped on camera. 4s to hit. 4s to hit. Keep forgetting that. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves.
Oh.
Save. And that's the end of your turn 5. At the end of White Scars, turn 5, it's 15-13. I don't know if I said those points earlier on.
Possibly.
I might have said them completely wrong, but it's definitely 15-13. You're 2 points in the lead. And at the end of my turn, you're going to get another 4 points because you're going to be defending that for 2 and defending that for 2. And so it'll be 6 points to the White Scars in the lead, unless these orders from the new sphere are good. That's gone to Admech turn 5. The orders through the newer sphere for the Penitent Forge: secure 2, secure 6 in advance. Just get out of my deployment zone. In the Admech turn, I'm securing objective 6. That's a point, which means the game is 1 point in it. There's objective 2. If I get that one, then it's 2 points in it. Now the critical thing is, to get it, I need to either charge or advance these guys. I've moved them so far, haven't advanced them yet. Because if I charge, then I have to kill them all, but I don't get to shoot them. And if I shoot them with these 2 squads here, then you're not getting your 2-up save anymore, because to benefit from cover, you need to be wholly within a terrain piece. They're not wholly within a terrain piece, so now they've got a 4-up save. The camo cloaks add 2 to the benefits of cover instead of add 1. So I could shoot you instead of charging you. So you see, if I shoot you, I'd start taking these away first, and then I can't charge you because you're too far away. That's like 5, and then plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 11. And charge if there's 1 guy left. And if I kill all of you for shooting, I don't get objective 2. So do I just shoot you or do I advance? I've got to advance. I've got to advance. Let's advance. And this could be game changing.
6.
And that's a 6. Okay, back here, there's a plasma caliber. I'm overcharging it.
Dead.
He's dead, but 1 hits, and he wounds on a 2, and it's
Oh, no.
and he doesn't wound. He just immolates himself. The remaining shots: 3 radium carbines, 3s to hit, and that's really bad. Oh no, that's okay. That was 6 hits, wounding on 5s, 2 wounds, 2 wounds, 2 4-up saves.
Makes 1.
Makes 1. Why are you taking from up there and not there?
Why would I want to take these off when?
They're objective secured.
I need to hold it.
They're objective secured. Right, okay. Because if you took them away, then suddenly you'd be getting your 2-up save. But I get it. I can't charge you anymore. That's very tactical. So in the end, taking away 1 from the top because I can't charge. Because if he's the only one left, then you're not objective securing. But right now, you're objective securing with Defenders of Humanity rule. These are an elite choice. You're a troop choice. That's bad. So now I have 15 radium carbines and I have to kill 4 scouts. And when I say 15, I mean 5 guys, 3 shots each. That's 15 shots in total. 3s to hit their assault weaponry. I could move and shoot. And that's what it looks like. I got 10 hits. I'm not going to do it, am I? Should have charged. Should have charged. 5s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless you fail. All 4. 4-up saves.
Epic dice rolls.
Epic dice roll. One's dead. Oh, one's alive. 2's alive. Only 2 die.
Say that's cocked.
Oh, 3 die. So you can take away 1. All I need now is a failed leadership test because 4 out of 5 died. Then we're going to shoot some arc rifles over here into the side of that Predator. And then over here, the arc rifles in there actually did 2 damage to one of those Predators. Still not crippled yet. Right, so this is the end of turn 5 for me. I've got a point here, making it 15-14. And then you need a leadership test. Is that the sergeant?
Crouch down guy is the sergeant, yes.
Crouch down guy is the sergeant. Great. So he's leadership 8 plus, and you add 4 to this dice roll.
He's
1,
right.
and the first time you roll a 1 instead of a 6, and he holds. So I don't take that objective there,
What I do.
but you do for 2 points, and 2 points over there, defending them both. So by defending those 2 objectives, it's 14 points to 19 for the White Scars. The player who went first rolls a dice on a 1-2, the game ends.
Oh, and it ends.
And this is the way the world ends. So the Penitent Forge were 1 step behind the White Scars all the way through that battle, but with 2 Predator tanks left, revving their engines and reversing off this floodplain with 1 scout and some scouts. They call the retreat and slink back into the mist, just like White Scars do, hit and run and fading away. And all I've got left is infantry, but to be fair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of infantry scattered around. I've got more point scoring options towards the end of the game, I think. I know it was 19-14 or something like that. I know you're running away, but another turn? Las cannons against infantry don't do anything to infantry. They just make them go pop. Interesting stuff. I think your objectives all the way out throughout that game were generous. Card after card after card.
Every single one
You
was
got
in favour.
every single one was in favour, but I ended up with quite a lot of points towards the end as well.
Yeah, they ramped up. Those D3s were always great.
And you got D3 after D3 after D3. I'll tell you what though, I'm quite pleased with myself at the end. I thought it was all over, but then when all the bikes died, it felt like a fight back was beginning, but you dug your heels in and still scored some more points.
I went ahead every single turn and I came back
every
single turn. The Stygies were Stygies.
-1 to hit.
-1 to hit. Just people moan about the changeling.
Yeah.
In the Zeech army.
Yeah.
That's only an 9-inch bullet.
Yeah.
Stygies.
That's true, yeah, the changeling.
So good, Stygies.
Yes, and it also affects Raven Guard and Alpha Legion as well. It's a very, very powerful thing. I don't think it did come into play here, particularly hitting those Dragoons and wiping them out on 5s. But It didn't come into play as much because you have a White Scars list and you up in my grill.
Yeah, it was like these things should have took the Dragoons out straight away. And
They should have.
If they were hitting on 4s rather than 3s.
Yeah.
Not the Dragoons, the Dragoons were hitting on 5s, the Dune Crawlers hitting them on 4s.
Yeah.
It was all those things, just the amount of times I saw a 3 come up and was like, no.
No, it's a 4. So Stiggy's is powerful, but I have to say, I missed my Mars Doctrine, I missed my Shroud Psalm, I missed Belisarius Call and having 2 things every turn. I think I would have preferred to be Martian, maybe because it was White Scars and you were so close to me. But I do realise that having the extra roll on the Canticles, I do realise that you would have killed more vehicles sooner with the Predators. Talking about killing vehicles very soon, that night, all the firepower into these bikes there, and that knight doing nothing. If I'd have stopped that that biker wing, and let's face it, I should have, as well as the biker wing I'd stopped over there, looking at the state of play at the end of the game, this could have been a very different game, because they killed the knight with Khan, and then they came around here, and that was annoying. The knight did nothing. I think I put a wound on someone.
Even when you play keepy up with them, with his foot stomp attacks.
Yeah, his stomps, all the stomps missing and not hurting and not doing anything. Frustrating. Sometimes knights are like that though. Sometimes they win your games and sometimes they just die.
Yeah, but hey, this is the way the world ends.
This is the way the world ends. Absolutely. Anyway, Martin, thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Everyone, don't forget to check out wargamesuk.co.uk for 15 or 20% off, for lots of money off from your wargaming and hobby needs. It helps support a guy who helps support the community through his sponsorships, and there's loads of other YouTube channels out there that are all affiliated with the War Games Alliance. So yeah, check out wargamesuk.co.uk. Cheaper stuff. I like cheaper stuff. We all like cheaper stuff.
Plus merchandise coming for you guys.
Oh yeah, sneak peek merchandise. There will be Winter's Dice coming and a few other things. There's Winter's hats, isn't there?
Winter's hats, Winter's t-shirts, Winter's dice.
I'm gonna get a new hat. Awesome stuff. Just to wrap it up then. So if you want to support me, then I am on Patreon. Go to Patreon, check out Winter's SEO, Google that one. I'll put a link in this one, I think. Thank you very much to all my patrons. I cannot do this without you. You guys are awesome. So thank you everyone for watching that, and happy wargaming.